I'm going to give it about 10 seconds. I have my dashboard pulled up. Alright, it's pulled up. And what is going on, guys? Politics Gaming here, and today I am going to be doing an election analysis. I'm going to go ahead and be featuring Baxstar on this election analysis. Not really a lot of people watching right now, but I know they're going to start trickling in. So that's actually just the intro for the people who are watching afterward. But we're just going to go ahead and wait for a couple of minutes until people actually trickle in. Oh, man. Alright, so I'm just gonna make sure that I'm actually gonna pull up a generic congressional ballot, and
Which shows us leading by 6 points, I believe.
who?
Yeah, that has us.
Democrats are leading by 6 points, yeah.
So
Most recent poll has them leading by, actually, all of them are pretty recent. Okay. So
we've been leading since the president was inaugurated in 2017.
Actually, this poll started in April of 2017. Democrats started with hang on, 5.8 lead. All right, we actually have 2 people watching right now. So Baxstar, you can go ahead and go introduce yourself.
You pretty much know who I am.
Hell yeah. All right, so what I'm gonna go ahead and do right now is actually we're gonna talk about some of the races that are actually pretty. Actually, I need to change the title of this. I'm gonna go ahead and PG 2018 election analysis. There we go. All right, so Democrats are leading by 6 points, 46.5 points to 40.5 points. The closest poll right now is Ramusin. However, people always say they're always like biased toward the Republicans or something like that. But Ramusin has it 4 points. But they do have a sampling of 2,500 people. So. Oh, man. And then one more poll I'm actually going to pull up. So, job approval of the president is 43.2 approve, 51.7 disapprove.
Not good.
Yeah, it's probably going to affect the Republicans in the election. I don't know.
I mean, most of the time, first-time president, at this point in their term, their approval rating is what, 60-70%. Unless you're George Bush and your approval rate is 99%. But this is definitely going to affect the Republicans because the Republicans, half of the country does not support the job of the president.
Country.
Half of he doesn't have support of half of the people. Half the country does not support his job approval. Okay, and
yeah,
in my opinion, because of this, and because of what the president said and done, because of what Republicans have done with the botched reform of Obamacare and all this other and a lot of stuff they've done, my opinion, the Democrats will they may sweep the House, more likely. I don't know about the Senate. The Senate's going to be a little challenging. That's the challenging part there.
Yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and move on to the first poll. I'm going to go ahead and close that. Governor race, I'm going to go ahead and... were there any governor races that we actually needed to cover, or... I don't think so, because I think it's pretty straightforward. Florida hasn't even finished up their primaries yet. I don't know when their elections are actually. Ohio may change to the Democrats 4.5 points in their favor. Pennsylvania is pretty solid toward the Democrats. Michigan, they still have not finished up their primaries. Nevada is ahead for 6 points for the Democrats. I think that's it. And then we're actually going to be moving on to the Florida Senate race, because this is actually turned into the Republicans' favor. Rick Scott is actually leading by nearly an entire point. And this is actually a big change from my last analysis, is that the Florida was actually really for Bill Nelson. And now that Rick Scott has actually thrown his hat into the ring, that there actually may be a shift, and there actually may be a second Republican that will be representing the state of Florida. So this is actually going to be a very, very big thing. And what's your opinion on that, honestly?
Basically, Nelson will win this seat because, for one, a common advantage, and for two, I don't know if. First off, this is Florida, okay? It's always too close to call. It's always close. This is normal for Florida.
I feel like on
Two,
election night it's going to be very, very
I mean,
close.
this is going to be a very close election. But the thing about Florida is Rick Scott. Rick Scott's not popular. He's not that popular in Florida, especially after what happened down there after the hurricanes.
What happened after the hurricanes?
Um, he took too long to respond, and people didn't like the way he responded to the hurricanes. And his approval rating is 58%.
I'm making a map on 270 right now off of current polling. Kramer in North Dakota is actually leading by half a point. So I'm going to go ahead and throw that. I have 52 Republicans to 44 Democrats at current polling. This is all from current polling.
Okay,
So this is a 1-seat lead for the Republicans. I'm going to... what were you going to talk about while I do this?
In my opinion, this is what I think is going to happen. Nevada's going to stay Republican. Arizona, I think, is going to flip to Democratic. Montana, that's going to be a iffy, close one. But I think that John Tester would pull out. Heidi Heitkamp up in North Dakota. Is she leading in the poll? No, it's too close. It's toss up. I think that she may pull it out and win. Claire Murkowski, Missouri. That's the one I think may flip to the Republicans. Because from what I'm hearing, Claire Murkowski is not very popular in Missouri. Indiana will flip Republican. Tennessee will flip Democrat because the Lieutenant Governor Phil Bredesen, who here is very popular up down there, may win. And then Florida. I think Florida will stay. Bill Nelson will pull it out because again, it's June. It's way too early to make a decision. Yeah, I think Bill Nelson will pull it out, and that would bring it to 50
Republicans are
Democrats.
actually leading in the Arizona Senate.
Who's the nominee?
McSally, but Arpaio is actually he's like getting a lot of support. He has about an RCP average of nearly 20 point support. McSally is the Republican nominee. Kelly Ward is the Democratic nominee. So it's like 35.7 to 20. Who?
Arizona.
Yeah, it's just that Joe Arpaio is running as running as a Republican. So there may be a chance that he actually might ruin the chances of the Republicans at the worst case scenario, but in the end, um, it's something that might happen.
If everything happens, if all the states I just listed vote as the way they do, Democrat, Republican, it would be 50 Democrats, 50 Republicans, and the VP will be the tiebreaker.
Okay, so the map that I have off of current polling is 54 Republicans of 46 Democrats. North Dakota is actually leading for Arpaio is popular in Arizona. Ohio is going red. That's actually from Tripster. What's going on, Tripster?
Who's the Senate candidate from Ohio?
Let me look. Ohio is Brown versus Renashi. Brown is actually the incumbent from Ohio.
He's going to win because I'm looking at the average and he's up 15.
He's up 15 points.
16. I mean, Brown, unless there's some big scandal or something that he does stupid, I think he'll retain his seat.
He said Brown isn't popular. Let me look up his approval rating. Ohio Senate approval. Oh shit, what's his name? Sherrod Brown, okay. Okay, let me look up his approval rating. America's most popular and least popular senators. Manchin, Bill Nelson.
Excuse me.
Okay, now I can look this up. It's right. Okay, so Ohio, and Ohio is right here. It's Sherrod Brown, 46. I think that's approved. Yeah, that is approved. Okay, so apparently he's pretty popular in Ohio. Last election in 2016's Ted Strickland was supposed to knock Rob Porter and lost in a landslide. It's all from Tripster. He's actually from Ohio. Wait, what happened to him? Shit.
The thing is, though, is his approval is what, like 8%? You said?
Yeah, just about.
I mean,
46% approved, 28% disapproved.
I mean, yeah, the polls
20...
can be. I mean, the polls. I mean, look what happened in 2016. But the polls can be wrong. But I think, in my opinion, that
yeah, I mean, I'm not basing all of my assumptions off of
I mean, Brown is
polls.
the incumbent. He's been in this. How long? He's been in that seat for a while. I think that he will pretty much. I think he will retain his seat unless something big happens. You know.
Hey, what's going on, JJ Holmes? The only reason I have Florida in there is actually Rick Scott is actually leading the RCP average.
Rick Scott's not going to win that.
So that's why I have him in there. I don't know. I'm pretty confident that.
I mean, you have to understand that the poll was done in like June. The poll was done last week. If the poll was done in like September, October, then yeah, I'll be like, okay, we got some problems here.
Yeah, I mean, it's like
because this is Florida. Because what's going to happen is throughout the summer, it's going to go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Because this is Florida, and I have no offense to anyone from Florida, but Florida voters can't make up their minds. They change their opinions every other day. No offense to anyone, but
Jonathan Markham says the Republicans will continue to do very well with how Trump is doing right now.
Well, after this recent debacle with the family separation policy, I think that's going to hurt Republicans.
I don't think because I think people trying to relate the family separation policy, it's pretty ignorant, honestly, because
see, this is
I don't think. I think there's
see.
more blame on Donald Trump for all of that, of the family separations and stuff like that. I'm not saying that, like, okay, my full opinion on the family separation policy is that if you don't come to the border illegally, you're not going to get separated. That's my opinion on it. But trying to pin it on a certain party, I think that's one of the things that is pretty bad, because I don't think any of the parties actually had a hand in it except for Donald Trump and his executive orders. That Donald Trump is actually to blame for all of that, but it's not the Republican Party as a whole.
See, now also what's going to hurt the Democrats
And
is what
JJ Holmes, the
Maxine
only reason
Waters.
the only reason I have Nevada, this is actually just a poll that I've created off of what current polling is actually looking
Dean
like right
Heller,
now.
what is his approval rating?
Who?
Dean Heller, senator from Nevada. But see, but also what's going to hurt us, what's going to hurt the Democrats is people like Maxine Waters that's sitting up here talking about how if you see Donald Trump's people in gas stations and grocery stores and restaurants, you go up to them and tell them that they're not welcome and just cause a big scene. Like, yeah, you don't do that when it's an election year. That's just
Yeah, see,
you just don't.
that's another reason why I'm not confident that the Democrats are gonna
And
do
see,
that well.
if we
By the way,
get
Dean Heller's approval rating is 41% right now, against 39 disapproving, and 20% don't know. Democrats,
yeah,
yes, they actually. Democrats might do well locally. This is from Jonathan, by the way. He said it's the parents' fault for being so irresponsible and trying to cross the border illegally. I completely agree with that. And Democrats might do okay locally, though. Um,
I agree with him, but I just to me, if if I was President Trump, I would say, okay, we're gonna put you in this detainment facility until we send you back. Plain and simple.
uh,
Because
even if you flip Nevada
we
and
got
Florida,
kids, we have. I was watching MSNBC this morning, and they was talking about how there's a 9 month old baby in New York, don't know what the parents are, don't know how to contact anybody, and you know what are they gonna do? But if the Democrats like if we got Democrats like Maxine Waters keep saying stuff like that, that's going to hurt the Republic. That's going to hurt the Democrats a lot in this election. And
Tripster
there is a
says
lot.
left-wing parties suck at running things in general. Just look at Chicago, to be honest.
Well, look at the economy under Bill Clinton and the economy under
Yeah,
Franklin
but
Roosevelt. The economy under
the economy was much worse under Roosevelt.
well, yeah, but
He never saved the economy. People try to say that he saved the economy, and I had to get out of that mindset that he was actually the savior of the United States.
he did with his policies.
The policies were horrible, and they prolonged the Great
I
Depression.
mean, hold on now. They work now,
They
but
they work because of the ability of welfare and stuff like that it gives Americans, but at the same time, the policies actually prolonged the depression until World War II saved the economy. The only reason our economy got saved is because we were able to increase production and stuff like that because of the war.
by 1941 we was pretty much at the tail end of the depression. But either way,
And Bill Clinton, I mean, he was pretty. I think he would be pretty blue dog because,
he is a blue dog. Look where he come
yeah,
from.
yeah, because
You
you get
have
a
to be a blue
Southern
dog to be
Democrat.
governor of Arkansas.
You get a Southern Democrat from Arkansas, you're gonna get some, and that's one of the things is that like a regular Democrat like Barack Obama from a northern state like Illinois,
He's from
and
Hawaii,
look
from
what
what I
happened.
understand.
Well, I'm talking about where he comes
What
from,
happened?
not born. Like under his administration, he was pretty bad because just look at the economy under him. Like, I mean, he
Well,
got us out of the Great Recession a
yeah,
little
but he
bit,
added he what he
but
did was is
and then
he used Keynesian economic beliefs. And basically what Keynesian economics believes, correct me if I'm wrong, Tripster, but basically the government just spends money in infrastructure and all these different projects, dams, roads, solar panels, clean energy, stuff like that, to give people jobs, to boost the economy, and all that. So that's why we're in so much debt. And yeah. Oh, now we're on the UK politics.
yeah, we're not gonna get into UK politics right now.
I mean, all I'm going to say about the UK is they should not leave the EU unless they negotiate a good deal.
They just need to do a really hard Brexit.
If they do a hard Brexit, that's going to ruin their economy. Especially if they do a hard Brexit and don't get some sort of trade agreement with the EU, because like 40% of their exports go or EU countries, and when you're having to pay a higher price, why are you turning everything blue?
I don't know. I'm just screwing around.
Well, if that was to happen, it would be a landslide.
Yeah, how many Democrats was that?
58. We could pretty much get anything passed.
Shit. God. Little single payer healthcare system.
Oh God, if the Democrats push for something like that, I would leave the Democratic Party.
That's exactly what they're wanting, dude. They're like
No, that's what
so.
Bernie Sanders wants, and the socialists that follows him, those Justice Democrats, though, that's what they believe in.
Here's my prediction: 55 Republicans to 45 Democrats, and that's with Indiana and West Virginia
You,
going
you,
red.
you. West Virginia's not going to go to red though.
I'm telling you that West Virginia
It's
is going to go red.
Manchin is up like what 8? What was the poll? He's up like
At current polling, then
he's up
hang
like
on, let
8
me check
points.
Indiana. Oh, that's what I got wrong. Okay, now I can just put West Virginia. Okay. So 54 Republicans. Okay, that's going to be my actual prediction. Like, without making a video every goddamn week. Like, Brexit was a great idea by Tripster.
Hey, you know, if they want to ruin their economy, let them do it.
Why shouldn't Britain have the right to leave something like that?
I mean, hey, I'm not saying they don't have the right. The people voted. Hey, let them leave. I hope they get. All I'm saying is I hope they get a good deal. I
What's a
hope they
good
get.
deal? Like, what is this all this talk about a good deal?
Well, for one, is there if they go along with hard Brexit, that means they're going to leave the custom unions. They're going to leave all the trade. They're going to rip all the trade deals up and all that. And I don't think, in my opinion, that would be good for the EU, for not the EU, but that would not be good for the UK because number one, that most of their exports go to the EU countries for one because it's 90 miles from UK to get to Europe, mainland Europe, rather than 3,000 miles to get to the US or Canada. So if they don't, you know, renegotiate something, then they're going to be ruined. Go to North Carolina and put the fifth district dark blue.
Is that in northwest?
It's right there. Yeah, that's it.
Okay, I got it.
I wish that would happen this year.
Yeah. I'm just turning everything red. I'm just kind of screwing around with the House races right now. $230 Republicans.
I don't understand how there's a Republican governor in Massachusetts. I don't understand how Republicans have governorships in the Northeast. Can someone explain that?
And where?
The North. Why are you turning? What are
I'm
you doing?
I'm just screwing around with the House races, dude.
That would never happen.
I know, right? All of that in Chicago. Oh my god. I'm probably gonna screw around with the election, maybe like a 2020 election.
Imagine
in
if
a second.
California was to just split up. That would be 4 more.
That's gonna be on the ballot.
So wait, that's gonna be like what? 4 more Senate seats that go to Democrats?
No, they will actually all wouldn't go toward the Democrats. I'm honestly
So wait, it's gonna be like, hold on, it's gonna if California is split, it'd be like what, 4 more Senate seats? Wouldn't it be like 4 more? Yeah.
Look at that. I have 260 for the Republicans, and
that would never happen.
I know.
Good thing that would never happen.
God, these House districts are way too damn small.
Well, there's like 535 of them.
Nope, I turned Dallas red. Samus Finnegan says Republicans in the Northeast is because the party has very different candidates over there.
Yeah, there's probably liberal Republicans, extremely liberal Republicans, like Larry Hogan liberal.
All right, I'm gonna reset this map, and then
wait, who is the? Who's the congresswoman for Dallas? Isn't it? What's her name?
Congresswoman for Dallas?
Yeah, isn't it Jackson?
I don't know. Jonathan Markham says, "How are you guys politically, PG and Baxstar?"
More moderate, conservative. PG's a liberal.
I'm not a liberal.
No, he's a socialist.
Shut up. I will kick you from this live stream.
So we're on the 2020 presidential election map now?
Yeah, I'm looking at a 2020 presidential election.
Michigan's going to flip.
Yeah, I'm fairly confident that
Michigan is going to flip too.
I think if Trump keeps it up, I think Pennsylvania can actually go red again for the second time.
No.
Florida, Trump's approval rating, actually, I'm going to go ahead and look it up like this. State approval ratings. Tracking Trump, president's approval rating. Last updated June 11th, 2018. Okay, so Nevada wouldn't go for him. Utah would go. New Mexico and Colorado would not go for him. So, okay, so
imagine if Evan McMullin was to run again.
Ugh. Okay, so at current approval ratings.
Huh?
So at current approval ratings, he would.
And right there, the Democrats just won.
Yeah, current approval ratings, he would lose the Rust Belt.
Yep.
Oh, look at that! Look at that! If I were to put Wisconsin in there.
Wisconsin, I don't know about Wisconsin. I know Michigan's going to flip because that was the closest. That was a close race in Michigan, and Pennsylvania. I'm fairly confident that Pennsylvania is going to. No, what? No. This is not 1980, okay?
This is 1980.
No, not 80, but this is not 1984, okay?
Here's a true landslide. Is that fascism? Oh, look who's in the live stream. Good old PTK. What's going on, PTK?
He's a communist too. Arrest him.
All right, so my prediction, honestly, I think Trump would lose Michigan.
He's going to lose Michigan. He's going to lose Pennsylvania.
Let me see what is. Oh, apparently Washington hates Trump more than
They're the most
California
liberal
hates
state
Trump.
in the whole country.
No, what I was saying is that they hate Trump more than California hates Trump.
Yeah, because Washington State is nothing more than Bernie Sanders' socialist scum.
While Pennsylvania is pretty close, honestly, in net approval.
See, the best thing the Democrats can do is just find the most moderate Democrat that is in the party that's actually smart, not retarded, and actually get him or her some name recognition, and then in 2020 run him or her. Because if they put up some of these folks that they're talking about, Christian Gillibrand, Cory Booker, like nobody knows who these people are, especially Cory Booker. Nobody knows who Cory Booker is. He only became,
that's honestly that's one reason why I'm just really wanting the Democrats to run someone like Cory Booker or Gillibrand.
See, if we run, because I think Joe Biden's going to run in 2020. And if Joe Biden run in 2020, Trump going to be in trouble. Because Joe Biden is somewhat still popular now.
All right, I did a flip of New Hampshire and Minnesota.
No.
Minnesota was pretty close. New
Hampshire's not going to flip. Minnesota's definitely not going to flip.
Minnesota and New Hampshire are both the same net disapproval
wasn't
for
Minnesota
Trump.
Close in 2012?
They were they were close in 2016. Let me look.
Yeah,
2016 presidential election.
If I'm correct, they were close in 2012.
Let me look. Okay, so and then 2012. No, they were separated by Mitt Romney and Barack Obama were separated by about 200,000 votes in 2012. Ooh. 2016, they were separated by 40,000 votes.
Ooh. I'm still not confident Minnesota's going to go Republican. Because there's a lot
and then they actually say this is the closest presidential election in Minnesota since 1984, when Walter Mondale carried the state by 0.2 points and was the only state not carried by Ronald Reagan.
See, the thing about Minnesota is
Minnesota had the highest voter turnout in the nation, with approximately 75% of the state's eligible voters participating.
See, the thing is, though, is there's a lot of unions up there, and unions always vote Democratic. I can't remember the last time a union voted Republican. And with that being said, I think Minnesota is going to stay Democrat. I put in the lean Democratic, but I don't see it flipping.
Jonathan, to kind of answer your question, I identify as a Republican.
He's a socialist.
Shut up. I'm gonna mute you. I identify as a Republican, but I'm not your typical Republican person. I don't support things that a lot of Republicans would say. I don't sit there and say, like, I believe this, this, and this on gay marriage, abortion, stuff like that. Like, so I identify as a Republican, but I'm not. I'm more of kind of like a moderate Republican, if you may say.
He's a liberal.
Shut up.
See, this is the problem with the Democrats is we need to shift our party a bit to the center.
Yeah, you need to start going a little bit back to the right.
Because I know that Clinton wanted open borders and she wanted this. There's talks of Medicare for all, And then in our platform, they're talking about $15 an hour, and I'm like, come on now, we're not going to win. Okay, see, they need to let me be chairman. They need to let me lead the Democrats because I get us right. We would win so much they would get tired of winning. Okay,
Okay, Donald Trump.
and then Donald Trump going to be tweeting about me every day. Oh, Baxstar is at it again. He's winning again. What are we going to do? You know,
DC's approval of Donald Trump is 19%.
they're right.
Alabama is
They never voted for a
63%.
Republican.
Republicans have abandoned the conservatives a long, long time ago when they moved to classical liberalism and capitalism. Same with the Tories here. Jonathan's a Brit. Is a Brit. Good old Brit. So
Well,
I think this is kind of like maybe a little bit of a prediction. I think there may be a chance that Minnesota and Nevada may go for Trump. I think
nope.
Michigan would vote for the Democrat because honestly, just Michigan going for the Republican is a very rare case, but they are extremely liberal.
That Michigan's going to flip. New Hampshire's going to
Maybe
stay the
in
same.
a good case scenario, Virginia can actually go for the Republican.
Virginia's not going to flip anytime soon.
They
Now you're
they were
trying to be
pretty damn
generous.
close. They were pretty damn close. I think.
Yeah, but Virginia's not going to
Like
flip.
I
Pennsylvania,
remember whenever the election was happening and the Virginia was just let me see how they were separated by 150,000 votes.
Jonathan Nixon was a liberal. He was a liberal,
They've actually
and
been separated by at least 100,000 votes since 2012.
yep, he was a liberal Republican. I agree with Tripster. Yeah, but Virginia. I mean, you have the governorship in Virginia. I think didn't have Democrats take control of the House of Delegates in Virginia?
Wait, what?
Didn't the Democrats take control of the House of Delegates?
Let me look. No, 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 no. The General Assembly of the Commonwealth of Virginia is both Republican.
Okay, because I know the Democrats
Any state
made.
that has a Republican state assembly, like it should always be considered that there's a chance they could go Republican.
I mean, there's a chance that North Carolina could go Democratic, but you know,
I mean, you guys haven't gone Democratic since 2008.
we're not a toss-up anymore, so we're not important anymore.
Well, you're still a toss-up. You're still one of the most important states because I remember it's just like
North Carolina is
which
mainly
county are you from?
Forsyth.
Forsyth. So Forsyth voted
We voted
Democrat.
Democratic. Guilford County voted the county to the right voted Democratic, and that's pretty much it for the Piedmont Triad. When you go, most of the Democrats in North Carolina are in the Piedmont Triad, Mecklenburg County, which is Charlotte, and then out east towards Raleigh, Durham, the Triangle area. Everywhere else in between is red, and I'm not even lying. And the only way a Democrat is going to ever win governorship or a senator in this state is they have to be a moderate, or the incumbent has to be so unpopular that his own party wouldn't even vote for him. Turn Utah blue.
God no. You know that's
Better yet, turn
I
Wyoming
talk
blue.
about Virginia going red, man, because that's a possibility. But Utah going blue, they would go independent before they would go blue.
Matter of fact, turn Wyoming blue.
I'm gonna kick you off of this live stream. I swear to God.
Yeah, but in all honesty, I think Pennsylvania will flip to the Democrat.
If Trump can get those same people to come out to vote for him because of those tax cuts that he instituted, then
That's not
I'm
enough.
very, very confident that
He
Pennsylvania can
promised
go
them
red.
jobs. He promised them people out there jobs.
Yeah,
And
and
if he
he
can't, and
promised tariffs. He promised
yeah, but he also promised to put them back
protectionism.
to work.
And
His
look at the
main his.
unemployment rate. Look at the unemployment rate.
But the thing is, though, the unemployment rate is low because I mean everybody's considered working. But if he promised that he's going to put the steel workers and the coal miners back to work, which is his main message when he went out and campaigned in Pennsylvania and Ohio, and he does not deliver, I guarantee you in 2020 he will lose Pennsylvania. He may lose Ohio. Don't quote me on that because Ohio is
Don't
kind
quote
of.
you. You said it.
I mean, because Ohio does, they're more Republican now. New Hampshire, I don't even know why that's even red. That shouldn't even be red. Florida,
Florida
Florida.
can stay red, honestly.
I would if I was I would put Florida toss up because
Well, if you want to talk about
Florida.
toss-ups, then I can do it like this. I think toss-ups in 2020 is going to be deciding some toss-ups.
Texas.
Oh, no.
You can put the whole Rust Belt as a toss up.
I already did. I put the Rust Belt as a toss-up.
You can put
Ohio
North Carolina,
and I don't want to put Ohio as a toss-up.
No, Ohio. Yeah, Minnesota, but Ohio. I don't see Ohio going blue this cycle. Maybe in
North
24.
Carolina, I'm going to leave in a Republican column.
Eh.
Florida, I'm going to go ahead and declare a toss-up.
Yeah, because it's typical Florida. They never decide on anything.
Florida always decides the president.
Yeah, like 2000.
Iowa, I think, is fairly conservative.
If that depends on who
I
the
think
Democrats.
Minnesota.
If the Democrats put up a moderate
Here,
Democrat,
I'll put these states as toss-ups. The ones that were a
don't put
very
Nevada as a toss-up. Don't put Colorado as a toss-up.
well, they were very close. They had very low margin of victories. Like they were
Yeah,
under 5% is what I'm putting it as a toss-up. So Nevada, Colorado.
it was. I would not put Arizona as a toss-up though, because Arizona is a conservative state.
North Carolina. Okay, so under my own thing. I'm gonna have to put North Carolina as a toss-up.
North Carolina. I can pretty much tell you which states are going to vote which way in 2020.
Georgia, I can leave Republican.
Georgia will not be a toss-up until maybe 2024.
Texas, I don't think is going to be a toss-up until at least 2030.
Good God, no. unless they put up a blue dog, no.
Yeah, I mean exactly.
And there's not many blue dogs in the Democratic Party.
Tripster says Arizona is not a toss-up. He's getting mad at me.
Yeah, Arizona wouldn't vote Republican.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna start doing like a not really an election night, but I'm just gonna kind of do an election prediction.
Florida.
Okay, so who else am I putting up as a toss-up?
Virginia.
Okay, Virginia was more than 5%. So I think I'm done with the 5%ers. Actually,
okay.
So
here, right actually, now it's what?
Wait.
What?
New Hampshire and Maine.
Okay, the 2nd congressional district of Maine will vote Republican.
Okay.
New Hampshire.
So okay, I have the toss-ups. Okay, so 200 electoral votes for the Democrats, 204 for the Republicans. I'm gonna go ahead and put Trump.
So
Democrats, I can. Okay, so here's the list of Democrats that I can actually put: Biden, Booker, Cuomo, Delaney, Garcetti, Gillibrand, Harris, Kane, Blair, Murphy, Sanders, Warren, and Winfrey.
If all of those people were to run, except Sanders, because I don't think
out of all of these, who do you think would actually win the nomination?
And especially out of everybody that you just listed, except I think all of them may run, except Winfrey and Sanders, because Winfrey already said she's not going to run, and Sanders is probably going to be like 80 some years old, and I don't know if he's going to run. But out of all those, my opinion, I think Biden would pretty much lock the nomination down. So it's going to, so in my opinion, if Biden was to run, it would be Biden versus Trump. So Biden will take Michigan. He will take Minnesota. Wisconsin, I'm a bit iffy on. Ohio, no. Florida, again, I'm iffy on. Nevada and Colorado, he definitely will take.
I think Arizona would stay with the Republicans.
Yeah, Arizona's not going to flip anytime soon. God, no, don't put Kanye West on there. If you know what happened if Kanye West was a win, was the run.
North Carolina, I'm going to go ahead and put for Trump.
Yeah, we're going to vote Republican. Nevada will be blue. Colorado will be blue. Florida.
That's a hard one.
That's I think Florida will probably decide 2020.
Well, I mean, if I put it, that's 259 electoral votes for Trump and 264 for Biden.
What else is left? Pennsylvania,
Wisconsin, Pennsylvania, New Hampshire, Maine, Nevada, and Florida.
Okay, so I don't know if Trump. I remember Trump saying he would put tariffs on steel and aluminum, but
I think. I think Pennsylvania would go for Trump under, even if there was Biden to vote for.
Yeah, I mean,
and I think Wisconsin's pretty conservative. That's one of the things. That's one of the things about Wisconsin is I honestly.
Oh, he did say that in his campaign. So I don't remember that, but he did. But
said what?
That he was going to put tariffs on steel.
Yeah, he said all of that, and he did it. That's one of the things. That's one of the things I think the Rust Belt. That's one of the things I think the Rust Belt loves is that like he's keeping his promises, and if he can keep those promises, he's going to get their votes again.
I don't see Wisconsin staying blue because there's a lot of unions up there.
Okay, so Nevada, I think they would go for the Democrats.
I mean, come on, Las Vegas.
Yeah, but a shooting's not going to decide a presidential election.
So, no, it's just no. Las Vegas is what pretty much carries the state. So it comes down to Florida, right?
Yeah, it's coming down to Florida right now. For Trump, it would be 289. For Biden, it would be 270.
Dang.
Let's go ahead and put New Hampshire and Maine in their columns real quick before we do Florida, because Florida is going to be the decider. The electoral thing we have right now is 260 to 241.
And that's without New Hampshire and
yeah. Tripster says Biden wouldn't get that much.
I mean, Biden. I don't think. I mean, I don't know. I don't think Biden would win.
Yeah, you have to remember the turnout, and you can't really predict turnout.
I mean, it's Joe Biden. I mean, Joe Biden is still kind of popular with people.
Yeah, Joe Biden was very popular under.
He was VP for Obama for 8 years, senator from Delaware. I mean, but I don't. He needs. I mean, in order for Biden to win, he needs Wisconsin.
I don't think I can predict this, honestly. I think.
I mean, it is too early, but based on what's going on now, I don't see the Democrats. I don't see the Democrats winning in 2020.
I don't either.
Yes, Delaware is real.
Dude literally did nothing for 8 years.
He was VP. What do you expect the VP to do?
Okay.
Nothing.
So I'm gonna go ahead and put another Democrat in. I think a best case scenario.
That's the only Democrat that will get that far. Any other Democrat on there,
Warren,
Kamala Harris, Gillibrand, Booker, they wouldn't. They would lose by.
I think they're gonna try to throw another woman into the ring. So honestly,
Oh my freaking god!
I feel like I think
the thing is, though,
I think Harris would actually be able to do it. So I'm gonna go ahead and put Trump and Harris against each other.
I mean, she wouldn't win the Rust Belt. It'd be a repeat of 2016.
Kamala Harris is coming to Puerto Rico's aid. Will Puerto Ricans in Florida return to favor? That was the Sacramento bee.
Wait, she went to Puerto Rico?
Apparently. She's a senator from California.
Okay, so she's a woman.
She's
is
a Jamaican Indian.
Okay, so she's a minority, so that gives her some sort of slight advantage.
Harris would have a better chance than Biden.
I think she may win Florida. She's definitely. The Michigan is going to flip, regardless of who the Democratic candidate is. It's going to flip.
So that automatically gives Harris the win.
So Michigan and Florida, if they flip, what is it going to be like? What?
277 to 261.
Ha!
See you, JJ Holmes.
If she was running, she only needs to target like 2 states, and she will win.
I mean, if Trump, even if Trump wins Florida, he could lose the Rust Belt and he automatically loses.
Yeah, but
well, I'm honestly I'm fairly confident he can hold on to Wisconsin and Pennsylvania.
Yeah, he did keep his promises.
And Wisconsin and Pennsylvania have a very, very big populations of conservatives in the outskirts of the cities, especially outside of Pittsburgh and stuff like that. And I mean, come on, the Erie County voted for Donald Trump.
I will say this: if Donald Trump manages to negotiate a good deal with North Korea, I'll vote for him in 2020. I'll vote for him in 2020.
What about Kirsten Gillibrand?
Oh, fuck no, she won't win nothing. She's a nobody. Nobody knows who she is. She's a nobody.
I think with Gillibrand, I think New York would vote for Donald Trump.
No. New York didn't vote for Clinton. And people, I mean, come on, PG. Now you're just getting crazy.
She's from California, and she might not be too democratic for normal people.
You know,
I think Gillibrand would actually get. Here's my prediction. I think Gillibrand would actually be a very weak candidate, so I'm gonna go ahead and put Colorado, Michigan, Minnesota, since she would be a worse candidate than Hillary Clinton.
Oh, she's garbage. She doesn't. Nobody knows who she is. I mean, if you was to take California and just make it, not even included into the Democrats, what would that put our electoral college at based on the 2016?
Wait, what were you saying?
California. Like, if you was to just make it gray, like it was a toss-up, what would that put our vote to, or the electoral vote?
158 to 235 at what I have right now.
Oh, let me.
If I were to reset the map and put that's 177 electoral votes based off the 2016 map.
That's so.
California is completely, and if I were to at the 2016 map plus California, that would be 361 electoral votes.
It's possible.
I've actually looked at it. And the Republicans cannot, or actually neither party can ever win over 500 electoral votes without California. I did every single state for one party, for the Republican Party, and they never pierced 500 electoral votes because California.
Because I think I still believe California should just fall off, but California is extremely important.
So the California splitting up into several states.
That mess is
California.
It's not going to pass. Because see, the problem is is California has a water shortage going on. They got to figure out how to repipe the water. Then they're going to have to talk. Then they have most of their colleges, and then it's just a big headache. And I don't think the people are going to vote for it if they do vote in favor.
It would
And
allow
even
for
if they,
more representation in
yeah, but it's
California.
not going to. It has to pass. I read something. It had to pass the California State Assembly and the U.S. Congress before it can happen.
No, they don't have to go through the U.S. Congress.
What?
They don't have to go through the U.S. Congress. That they do not have to
Yeah,
do
but
that.
like this is. Oh, that's right. California is not succeeding.
Yeah, they're not seceding. They're splitting up into several states, and they have the ability to do that.
That sucks, you know. Well, the people are not going to vote for it. And if
So they would
do
have California. They would have California, Northern California, and Southern California. Southern California would honestly be more conservative. No, Southern California would be pretty conservative.
Why? We're talking about Los Angeles, San Diego, and
no, California would have Los Angeles, Monterey, San Benito, San Luis, Ospito, Santa Barbara, and Ventura counties.
Okay, let me just say this.
That would be California.
The only part of California that's conservative is Northern California. Everything else below, like Sacramento, Fresno,
hang on,
is heavily Democratic.
Here, I'll send you the picture over Discord right now. That's what it would look like. San Diego is a supposedly Republican. Hang on, let me look at that.
So, like, North conservative, Cal will be liberal.
Yeah, good. So, San Diego is actually supposedly. It wasn't that close. Orange County would be more likely to go Republican.
Isn't Los Angeles in Orange County?
No. Los Angeles is in Los Angeles County.
That's right. So isn't Orange County like the county like right beside Los Angeles County?
Yeah. Hang on, I'm getting the.
Either way, that won't even pass.
Split. Okay, so this, guys, is what the split of California would actually look like. This is what I set the Baxstar.
It wouldn't even pass.
This is going to be on the ballot in 2018. And so this there's actually a video that I actually had pulled up, is that
it won't pass. It won't pass.
The closest was actually in the closest one was actually in what was it? Southern California, because Southern California was actually split 52 to or is like 55 to 45 or something like that for the Republicans and Democrats.
See, I mean, they've been talking about this. They've been talking about this same plan for a while. If I remember correctly, I was reading.
But this is the first time it's actually gotten onto the ballot.
That's really. I don't think it's going to pass. I really don't think it's going to pass because. I mean, a lot of Californians. I don't know if they'd be too kind.
South California will vote for it. South California is this deciding factor. That's what Tripster says. Bax is freaking out over the possibility of the Democrats losing California.
Yeah, I'm freaking out. We need California. We can't lose California. So now
see, that's one of the reasons that people. That's one of the reasons why the Democrats.
Democrats need to be shitting bricks right now, because if this thing passes,
if they passes, it's really gonna ruin.
We're not winning any no more presidential elections.
Well, you would. I
I
don't know
mean,
what the
we would need
I
the
would have to
entire.
do some math on the electoral
The only way to
maps
win,
for that.
the only way to win in 2020, if we was to just take the Rust Belt, including Florida, and we would have 270. And the likelihood of that happening is pretty much slim to none right now.
Okay, so how would dividing the state impact federal elections? Petitioning California into 3 states would increase the size of the U.S. Senate from 101 to 104 and divide the state's 55 electoral votes between 3 states. The new states of
So,
California and Northern California would be considered safe democratic states based on voting trends, whereas Southern California would be considered competitive between Democrats and Republicans.
so how much would each proposed state get in electoral votes?
Let me look. Um, California was divided in 3 states. Clinton would have won all 3 states. Clinton's total vote in the new state of Southern California would have been her smallest among the 3 states at 51%.
Yeah, but electoral vote wise, like.
Hang on. It's not telling me electoral votes, I think.
So if you just
Yeah,
what
there's a little bit of math in there. It's like a
what I'm about to do is I'm about to just divide each 55 three ways. So that
you would have to
means
think about
each.
turnout from Southern California. Southern California
So
splitting would force the Democrats to the center.
so if you divide the 55 electoral
Well,
votes
electoral
between
votes are accounted by
yeah,
like
I know all that, but for now, for purposes of we don't have that info, I'm just going to divide 55 divided by 3, and that's 18 electoral.
yeah, but it's by population.
Yeah, it's by electoral votes determined by how many representatives and senators you have. So, for purposes of because we don't have the information at this time, the easiest way to do some sort of rough estimate is that. So,
So 55. Did you say 55?
yeah, 55 like 55 divided by 3.
Okay, so that would be 18 representatives that would actually be coming from each state.
That would be 18. No, it would be 16 representatives and 2 senators from each proposed state.
Why 16?
Because it would be 16 representatives plus the 2 senators will equal 18. Electoral votes
Said Los Angeles and Northern California would probably have around 22 to 18 respectively.
Hey, I told her I was close.
Electoral votes? Okay, so he's saying that California, the state of California would have 22 electoral votes, and Northern California would have 18 electoral votes.
Could they pick a different name for these states, like NorCal, SoCal? That doesn't even make. That's just. Come on, man.
Oh, listen to this. In 2012, Barack Obama's margin over Republican Mitt Romney in the new state of Southern California would have been just half a point.
And where?
In Southern California. Can a ballot initiative divide California? The ballot initiative cannot order the federal government to partition California into 3 states. Section 3 of Article 4 of the United States Constitution requires consent of the California state legislature and the U.S. Congress to divide California.
I told you had to go through Congress.
I thought I didn't. Texas, we can literally split up into 5 different states without the approval of Congress. The initiative itself states that the initiative fulfills the role of the legislature.
Yeah, it has to. I knew it. I knew it had to go through the Congress, and it's not going to pass the U.S. Congress. I tell you that right
Let's
now.
see
It's
what
not going to
Section 3
pass.
of Article 4 of the Constitution says. New states may be
That's
admitted by the Congress into this union, but no new state shall be formed or erected within the jurisdiction of any other state, nor any state be formed by the jurisdiction of two or more states, or parts of states without the
so
consent of the
basically states
legislatures of the
can't
states.
combine. So states can't combine, and you can't have small little Jefferson lands in your state.
But there is precedent for a state splitting off.
Yeah, but it has. But it has to go through the state assembly. Then it has
It
to
has to go to the
go
state assembly, and then it has to go through
Congress,
Congress, and that's it.
and it won't pass. It's not
You never know that.
because and unless it's a
If
state
there's
like California.
overwhelming support for it, because I mean, like there would
Yeah,
be a
but
lot
the
of
thing is,
Republican support for it, because like it would allow Republicans in California to finally be represented.
okay, we're talking about. I mean, look, it's this whole ballot initiative. If it passes, it's not going to go anywhere after that because you know how Congress is. It's slow. They can't even get a budget done.
Uh-huh.
Um, so I don't even see it making it through the California State Assembly because it's going to be a lot of headache because they're going to have to redirect water and figure out the university situation and figure out this
I feel like
situation. I mean,
Southern
this
California would have to get a lot of federal help.
yeah,
Like,
because
like Northern California and California would definitely be like self-managing, but I feel like Southern California would, maybe in the first couple of years, need a lot of help from the federal government.
we ain't got no money to do that. We still got to get the people in Puerto Rico electricity.
Well, screw Puerto Rico. No, I'm just kidding.
Why?
I'm kidding.
So I tell you, if I say, hey, okay, SoCal, we can't get y'all no money right now because them people down there in Puerto Rico, I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah. All right.
Maybe
I
we
think I'm
should.
gonna go
Maybe we
ahead
should.
and end up this live stream. And we've been live streaming for long enough, honestly. Guys, if you guys
Yeah.
huh?
I'm out.
All right. If you guys like this video, go ahead, leave a like, and subscribe to the channel if you are new here. I think I'm gonna go ahead and be doing a lot more election analysis. So guys, if you guys like this, just be back for the next one. And guys, I will see you guys in the next one. So take care, and I'll see you guys there.